Hi guys, welcome back to Alice Loves. Thanks for tuning back in. Today we're going to be doing a video, as I'm sure you've guessed from the title, on the relatively new Power Fabric Foundation from Giorgio Armani. And what I will be doing in a minute is you will be zooming back to a few minutes early before I put all my makeup on to see my bare face and see me actually apply my foundation and see how it looks on the skin, see how it goes on. I've done half with a beauty blender, I've done half with my Artis foundation brush, so that you can really see the difference in how it applies and hear my thoughts on it. So be prepared, you are going to see a bare face. Before we get started, please subscribe down below. It's right below this video. Obviously, if you turn the little notification bell on, you'll get notified when I upload a new video. And yeah, I think that's everything. As always, I'll link everything down below for you. So I'm just giving you a pre-warning now, the screen's going to get a whole lot closer and it's going to get to my very bare face in 3, 2, 1 now. Right, so here's my bare face nice and up close for you. What you'll see is I have got a very quick sort of bronzy eye on and my lashes and my brows done. I like to do my eye makeup first so I don't get fall down, so I've done that. My face is really red because I've just exfoliated because the foundation, as you know, that we're reviewing, the Power Fabric, is very matte and it does cling to dry patches. As I said, I have already used it, so I've already got some sort of opinions. I just wanted to go through and show you guys me applying it, how it looks on the skin. So I've exfoliated, I've put my serum on, I've got my moisturiser on, so that's all prepped. So I'm just going to quickly get my hair up and out my face. Then what I'm going to do now is apply half my face with my faithful Artis brush, which I love. Very expensive, they do a lot of dupes of them. I don't think any of them are as good. This is the Oval 8, I believe. Yeah, Oval 8. I did want the Oval 7, but they're out of stock of it. And my husband actually kindly treated me this when we were out shopping, and this was the one in stock and I wanted to take advantage, so I definitely got that one. But it is quite a good size. I'm going to do half with the brush, half with the sponge. This is already damp, freshly washed. I'm going to do half and half in front of you now so that you can see how it applies, and then I'll carry on to just do really quick sort of bronze highlighter blusher and put my lipstick on so you can see it all on. So I'm going to start with Marc Jacobs Coconut Priming Fluid. I don't think it's fair to, so I've just done sort of a decent sized pump and I'm just going to dab a bit on each part of my face. Let me get my mirror. I don't think it's a fair test to try a new foundation without using the normal sort of products that you would normally use. So I'm going to put my primer all over. I am very red. I have got quite a lot of pink undertones to my skin anyway, but I don't normally have this much redness. As I say, I've had to be quite aggressive with the exfoliating, which I don't normally recommend, simply because I was having peeling from the vitamin C treatment that I did. Always the way. Okay, so even shinier for you now. The colour that I'm actually using is number 4, which is a little bit dark for me naturally. I don't know, you probably won't be able to tell with this top on, but I have got a little bit of fake tan on. So I'm a little bit browner than normal, so I've gone with number 4. So I'm just going to take the Pro Prime Instant Line and Pore Perfector and pop it just round the pores on my nose, which is where I would always normally use this. This is the new version of the product I talked about in my Nars favourites, which was the little primer in the box, and I went out as promised and bought it in the tube form. And just taking a bit and where I've got some slight crow's feet starting. Yeah, my views are it's good, I don't like it as much. So time for foundation. I'm going to take one pump first on the back of my hand. I know I need more than this. This isn't a first impressions, I have already used it, but we'll go in with one. And I'm going to use the damp beauty blender first to do this side. Now I already know how I'm going to feel about it, but I'll do it and I'll show you, and you hopefully will be able to see what I mean. So we've got some on here and I'm just going to start with dabbing it all over my cheeks where I get the redness and blending it out. Now, funny that actually under these lights it doesn't look too bad. What I've found previously, this is just typical, I've used this, so I'm just going in with a little bit more. I've used this quite a few times, and when I use a beauty blender normally, what I've found, I could take it over the top there, is that it almost is removing the product and not blending it. It makes it quite patchy. So I'm just going to blend that down my neck, over the ears, because my ears haven't been fake tanned, obviously none of my face has, so that you can see. That, in this light, looks really nice. Well, this has thrown me. I've used it quite a few times, and every time I've applied it so far, I've absolutely hated it on my skin. I've found that it looked really thick and heavy and patchy and not blending in, but I actually feel like I quite like it. Okay, well, that's that. I mean, it's looking very dewy because of the all the products. I'm just going to leave that bit. Now I'm going to go in with another pump, and let's try with the brush. So the brush is so quick, as you can see. You don't even need to take it off the face. Let me get another little bit to just take it down the neck and blend it in. So, and this is no fault of the foundation, my skin, and if you can see here, it's really sort of peeling, but that's because I did a vitamin C treatment. Okay, what do I prefer? I hope I'm not blocking my face for you guys. I think I get a bit of a better coverage with the brush, so I'm going to go back in with the brush, one more pump for the forehead. And this is where it's tricky because I've already done my brows. Okay. Well, I don't hate it on first application. I can still see some redness on my cheeks. So I'm just going to take a little bit more. It's a tiny little pump that I've put on, and I'm just going to dab a little bit on each cheek and try and gently cover that. And I'm really I don't know if you can tell, but dabbing a lot lighter than normal. I don't really want to take any of the product away. I just want to try and cover that redness. Okay, that's covered quite nicely. Well, that certainly looks better than last time I used it. What I would say is I haven't previously scrubbed as hard with my exfoliator because I don't really like using physical exfoliators. I normally use chemical, but because I've used it a few times, I know how it clings, and I know because I've worn makeup all day today how badly my skin was I say badly. For me, how badly it was peeling, that my foundation was clinging to it. I've given it a good scrub, and in giving it a good exfoliation, I think that foundation looks the nicest I've seen it look on my skin. I would still say I've seen myself in a lot nicer, and I know from wearing it, it doesn't last well on my skin. It almost clings, and it, like around my lip, I find it looks thick and cakey, and it doesn't give me the normal glow that I get from a normal foundation that I love. But I do feel like I have got a bit of a glow, and more so on this side. Now, I wonder if I haven't worn this primer under it before and I've used a different one, and this maybe's made the difference. You guys can decide. What do you think? I think that looks quite glowy. So I'm going to go in and finish with my concealer and some other bits for you to see. Okay, so I'm going to go in with, this is my Tarte Undereye, was it Coloured Clay CC Under Eye Corrector, and it is disgusting and filthy, and I've hit pan. That's my favourite under eye colour corrector that I've ever used. So I'm just dabbing this in, and then I'll use the warmth of my finger to just blend that. And I don't know if you can see how that really just takes away all the sort of darkness under my eyes. I have really dark circles. And it's lovely and dewy and hydrating. So it's just absolutely beautiful for under the eyes. Now I'm just taking it down a little bit. I know it's a colour corrector, but it blends in fine. So that's just the colour corrector stage. So that's the Tarte CC under eye. Then I'm going to go in with the Bourjois Radiance Reveal, and I'm going to take that down in this triangle and across. Same here, down. So that just creates, when I blend it in, a really nice highlighted triangle area under the eye. So let's see how this concealer sits on top of the foundation. Does it move the foundation and lift it? Problem is, this beauty blender is very damp. Okay. I pull this stupid face, my mouth open, to try and stop creasing under the eyes, because I do get quite bad creasing. Again, that's quite nice. Now I can actually see in this eye I look really a lot shinier than I normally look. So this is, I've talked about it a million times, the YSL pink powder. Now I'm just going to dab a little bit here, quite a decent amount, on the end of the Real Techniques setting brush, and then dab the excess off. I don't know if you can see that in the lid. And then under the eye, just make sure there's no creases, otherwise you're going to set creases in place. And just dust this under the eye and down there, just to set that all in place. Yeah, that's set nicely. And then I'll go back into the lid and just take the excess that I dusted off for the other eye. And just try and dab it. Now I don't want to take it too far down on my cheeks, because I've got peeling, and that'll just set it and highlight the area. So that's the under eyes. What are we thinking? I don't totally hate this foundation, but I feel like you can see it on my skin, which isn't what I normally want. I've got fairly clear skin. I don't need to have a thick layer. So I've just got the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit Surreal Light Palette here, which is beautiful. And I'm just going to take my blusher brush over the setting powder, and I am just going to take a little bit round the nose and through the centre. Now I don't get oily, but with these camera lighting I can see that I'm looking pretty shiny. So let's try and take that down. Got hairs still on my face. Okay, just a little bit there. Now I'm going to bronze up the skin. I'm going to use here, this is a Royal & Langnickel blush brush, but I like the size of that head for bronzer, and this is the Kiko Radiant Fusion Baked Powder in the colour, is it Kipria Cotta? I think that's what it's called. So it's just a nice baked bronzer, so I'm just going to take a little bit of this just to warm up the face. I'm not going to sort of contour, this is more really about the foundation, but this is just to show you guys how makeup sits on top. So you can see there, this is not a patchy bronzer, and I did tap off the excess, but I got one big patch there, so it's clung to the foundation. And again here, can you see, now it will blend out, but it's obviously really clinging to the foundation, which I don't normally get with this bronzer. I don't really get sort of patchiness. I'm just dusting this through the hairline. I need a bigger mirror. Take a little bit on the jaw. Just try and blend it down the neck, colour match it. You see, I'm finding here, don't know what you guys think, but this bronzer is clinging. Now I know I didn't powder all over, I did take a light dusting, but that's all I normally need because my skin's very dry. And I am finding that this is sort of giving a bit of a cling on look. I can still see some of the redness coming through my cheeks, but as I say, I do think that's my own fault for scrubbing my face so hard, but it has made quite a difference to the way the foundation's gone on. Okay, well now I've basically bronzed my entire face, take it a whole shade darker to try and match my fake tan. And I have just noticed, I've got here the Estee Lauder, it's going to be really light, double wear. I'm just going to try and put the tiniest bit. I've got a blemish here. Oh, it's way too light. Maybe let's try just a little bit extra, found a tiny bit to cover. I've got a blemish on the side of my face. Well, it's a scar from a blemish I had about 25 years ago. I'm going to try and cover that up. I know I've just bronzed, but my cheeks still look so red. I'm just trying to take a little bit more foundation over the top of them. Try and take them down a little bit. Okay. It looks so much more dewy than normal. I can't get over it. Right, this is Champagne Pop. Becca, most amazing highlighter in the world. Just pop a bit of this on the cheekbones. Boom, look at that. I really hope the camera's picking that up for you. I love Champagne Pop. I mean, it is no subtle highlighter, let's be honest. Oh, this is the Morphe M501. I absolutely love this for highlighter. I just think you can get real precise. And I'm going to take a bit down the centre of my nose, not too much because this is strong. Oh, hello Cupid's bow. So I'm just dotting my damp beauty blender over the top because I went a little bit mental with the Cupid's bow highlight. I'm going to take a little bit under my brow bone. Okay. And then let's go in with a bit of blush. Now I don't know whether to use my Marc Jacobs Flesh and Fantasy or one of the ones from the Ambient lighting palette. I think I'm going to go with this one because it is a more flesh coloured bronzer and I've got a lot of redness in my cheeks, so I'm going to take a bit more from down this end where it's obviously lighter. So, oh yeah, you see my cheeks are bright already, they barely need any blusher today. I can't get over how dewy this foundation looks. I am telling you, it has not looked like this before. It's sitting quite nicely. Right, well let's now go in with a bright pink lip to finish it off. I've just got Barry M lip liner. These are really affordable pencils actually, and they go on really nice. I don't know where, I normally use the MAC one for pink, but I don't know where I've put that. So then this is just a NYX Intense Butter Gloss. I mean, that is not a subtle colour. Now watch this go all over my teeth at the end of the video for you guys. Okay, so that's a quick slap the rest of my makeup on to see the finished look. You guys can be your own judge. What do you think? My overall opinion is that based on this sitting down filming this video for you, I hope I haven't got lipstick on my teeth, it's gone on really nicely. So my first tip would be exfoliate if you have dry skin. Get a good layer of moisturiser and go in with a really good hydrating glowy primer if you like that look. If you have really oily skin and you like matte foundation, I think you will like this foundation. It is seriously full coverage. It's got SPF 25 in. It is blinking expensive. I can't remember the exact price, I will link it below, but I want to say like 35, maybe 38 pounds. It does last, it is long wear, like it says on a long wear foundation, but it really starts to break down on the skin after about, I would say about 8 hours. You really start to notice it breaking down. I do think you can make it work. My overall opinion is for somebody that likes a dewy skin, that has a drier skin, it's a lot of work to make a foundation work when you could just buy something that works already. I've got it, I will use it. What I might find is that I add a little bit of it into my more dewy foundations to add that bit of extra full coverage. I love Armani foundations, but for me, why deviate from the Luminous Silk foundation? There just seems to be no reason to go to that to leave that foundation, which is designed to be dewy and luminous on the skin, and use this matte one that I've had to scrub my face till my cheeks without red just to be able to make it work. That said, decision's yours. It's a beautiful brand. If you like a matte foundation, I'm sure you will love this Power Foundation. And yeah, you can see for yourself. Let's put my hair down for you, but that's the sort of foundation on. Let me know what you think. Anyway, please subscribe down below, guys. Thanks for coming back. And my Instagram, all my details down below. I will link all the products that I've used. Obviously, the main focus is this, but if you want to know about anything else, I'll link it down below. And see you next time. Bye.